Now I'm currently on King Street in Fremantle, and I'm taking a very nifty little detour through the back streets to get me to the Stirling Highway Bridge. And what I'm going to do down here at St Peter's Road is there's a path that goes through the bush. Oh, a path closed ahead. Isn't that great? So let's just go and have a look. Okay, now I understand this. I can see why they're doing it. They're probably concreting down the other end. But why is that the first we're told of it? You know, Westcycle have actually published this for some time as an alternative route to get through here, and it's quite a useful one. And in fact, it's so useful, I think, you know, they should be redoing this entire path here, not just the pram ramp on the corner here. But yes, that's definitely very, very closed. But a lack of warning, no, there's no warning, there's no detour telling me how to get around this. No, nothing. It's just, you're on your own. Too bad. That's absolutely typical of how things have been done on this project from go to woe. Really, just really poor planning, terrible information management and communication. Now, because this nifty little route is not available to me, I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to see if there's any signage which is going to direct me where I need to go, which is the Stirling Bridge. So I'm just going to go back up King Street here and do a U-turn and come back down the hill and see what they've got for us. Okay, let's do a U-turn. Right, so hiding behind that tree over there is a sign that says detour, and from here it's pretty much invisible. Now I'm pretty sure I could go to the left, and because I'm on a bike I could cut through the back streets and just pop out on Canning Highway, cross it because it's closed, get onto the path here on the other side, and I'd be all good. Whoa, this is a bit of a blind corner here. All right. Another car popped out from my left. Okay. Where do I go from here? Okay. Left turn into Council Place. Let's follow the detour. At least that sign is quite visible. That's nice. Road closed, so detour to the right only. That's absolutely zero use to me, isn't it? Because I need to get back onto the Stirling Bridge. So where am I going to go? Can I take to the footpath on one side of the road or the other? Well, there's a sign here for pedestrians. And so there's no ramp or anything. I'm going to have to ride the wrong way up the road. Thankfully there's no traffic. But if they'd been thinking about that, they would have put in a temporary ramp there. Either just a plastic ramp you bolt onto the curb, or, you know, a couple of shovels full of asphalt, just to make a little ramp to get you over the curb. That would have been fine. Right, is there any traffic coming up here? I guess not. All right. Oh, he's waving me through. Okay, that's good.
You just have to walk your bike across, mate. You have to follow me. I'll escort you across the road once they stop the road. Doesn't be too long.
Or you can go down.
Yep, we're on stop. Yep, we're all good. Just follow me across here.
That's interesting. Over there. Yep.
Have a good day.
Thanks. So they've got a boom gate over there. That's really good.
Now, I just want to make it clear, I'm not complaining about the work
that these guys were doing. The new pram ramps that they've built on both sides of the road are much better than the old stuff. It'd be nice if they could have done that little bit of path going through the bush there, but I guess that's out of scope. What I've got a beef with here is the following things. Firstly, there was no advance warning that this path was going to be closed. You'd think about a week ahead they'd put some signage up, maybe get some coreflutes printed, 2 would have been enough, 1 at each end, saying on Saturday the 24th this path is going to be closed, you'll need to make alternative arrangements, or here's a map of where you're going to be detoured. They could have detoured us anywhere as long as there was a map and some advance notice. Secondly, there was only one sign up on the day and you actually had to kind of get onto the path to find the sign. I would have expected some signage a little bit further back, given that, you know, this is known to be a cycling route, to say, you know, cyclists are going to be detoured as well. When they put in detour signage, they have to make, I think, a clear differentiation between detours that are set up for vehicles and detours that are set up for cyclists and pedestrians, and no such differentiation was made. That just didn't seem to be on the plan. Absolutely no thought seemed to be put into the cyclist detour. Where were we supposed to go? I could have gone a couple of different ways. As you could see, I followed the detour that was set up for motor vehicles or for drivers. But when I got to Canning Highway, there was, you know, where were the pram ramps? You know, a simple plastic ramp bolted onto the curb on both sides of the road would have helped, or to actually mark up where people in wheelchairs or mobility scooters, people on cargo bikes, people on tricycles, people with kids in trailers, all that kind of thing. And where were those people supposed to cross Canning Highway? Going the wrong way up an active road to get into a driveway is not a safe way to cross a busy road like Canning Highway. The fact that all that stuff was missing and we're just told, yeah, across the road, just shows the complete lack of thought that was put into this plan. Not complaining about the traffic controllers, they were all very nice and they were all helpful, but I think they were dealing with a plan which was deficient. And then we get to the escort at the traffic lights. Now it was nice being escorted. I think it's a little bit weird that you have to dismount. I mean, when you got to, no one ever tells drivers to get out of their car and push. You know, arrangements are put in place so that you can drive through, and dismounting kind of grinds my gears. But I think there's a serious question that has to be asked here. Was the escort part of the original traffic management plan, that they knew this kind of thing was going to happen, and so they said, yeah, we need an escort in place, this is how it's going to work? Or was this something that the traffic controllers on site on the day realised needed to be put into action because it had been completely missed from the planning? And if it was completely missed, then I think that shows really distinctly the lack of cycling-centric thinking that's going on here. Look, sure, obviously they're dealing with heaps and heaps of car and truck traffic here, and the congestion was just absolutely appalling on Saturday. Poor old drivers, you know, were spending 40 minutes or so stuck in traffic, according to some Facebook comments I've read. I can understand the focus being on moving cars around, but there's still active transport moving around the area, and the bridge project is actively promoting walking and cycling as an alternative to driving. So if you're going to do that, you actually need to put some thought into how you're going to deal with pedestrians and cyclists around these detours. And the fact that they don't seem to be doing that is of great concern. Now, the next video is going to look at this what I think a very hazardous traffic light pole that they've put in the middle of the path here. So stay tuned for that video.